A mysterious bong lands in their hands, and one inhale drags them straight into history's darkest corners. Cavemen capture them, villagers torture them, and future soldiers hunt them. They try to return, but the bong is damaged, unstable, and now every jump becomes a gamble with death. The movie begins with Jeff relaxing on the couch, doing nothing important. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Jeff's cousin Shari walks in with her boyfriend. As soon as they enter, Jeff accidentally drops and breaks Shari's laptop. At this moment, we learn that Jeff and Shari actually live together in the same apartment. After a while, Shari's boyfriend Donnie leaves. Shari then starts smoking, just like Jeff, who is already very high because he has smoked a lot of. Due to being so intoxicated, Jeff ends up eating all of Shari's sweets. Shari gets angry and demands that she wants something sweet right now, but both of them are too high to drive a car, so they decide to take bicycles and go out to buy sweets. While they are riding, a strong blue light suddenly appears in front of them. Out of that light, two strange people step onto the road. Before these people from the future can understand where they are, a car comes speeding and crashes into them. The couple driving the car gets scared and drives away immediately. The police soon arrive and question Jeff and Shari about the accident. Jeff and Shari tell them that two humans appeared from the sky right in the middle of the road, but the police officer thinks both of them are high on drugs and ignores everything they say. At the accident spot, Jeff and Shari find a glass bong lying on the ground. It clearly belonged to those future travelers. Later at home, they look closely at it and try to understand the words written on it. Shari uses her translator app on her phone to read the strange language written on it. The inscription says, "Time-traveling bong," and the instructions, "Smoke once to travel, smoke again to return." Shari thinks this is a joke and refuses to believe it. However, Jeff convinces her to try smoking from it. They use it, and as soon as they inhales the smoke, a time portal opens, and they instantly travel straight into the dinosaur age. Jeff thinks the destination was on his mind because he saw Jurassic World last week. When they turn around, they actually see huge dinosaurs walking nearby, evidenced by a footprint. Scared and believing it's real, they quickly smoke again and return to the present. Now they understand that the bong is real and truly powerful. Back home, Jeff excitedly tells Shari that they should try traveling again. Shari initially refuses, worrying they shouldn't possess it. Jeff convinces her by bringing up a time she missed out on meeting Britney Spears. Shari agrees, on the condition they come right back, as if no time has passed. Jeff promises it will be safe and chill. Jeff theorizes that the destination is based on what is in their minds. Shari visualizes old Hollywood. They smoke through the bong again, hoping for old Hollywood, but land in another era, the 14th century, which Jeff later realizes is Salem, Massachusetts in 1691. As they look around, the people living there notice them and surround them, shouting, "Witch!" Shari tries to calm them, explaining, "We're from the future." She takes out her phone and plays music, but the villagers misunderstand, thinking her phone is a tiny cauldron. They panic and immediately capture her. Jeff, however, is allowed to go free when he quickly betrays Shari, claiming, "Nope, she's the witch, not me." Jeff is greeted by the villagers as Sir Jeff, the bailiwick of Jersey. Shari is dragged before Reverend Hale and subjected to the scientific test for witchcraft. She is stabbed to see if she bleeds, which she does, an event noted as a human quality. The test's logic is flawed. If she survives, then she is a witch. If she dies, then she wasn't. Meanwhile, Jeff picks up the glass bong that had fallen earlier and shattered. He is told about a glassblower who can repair the bong. Jeff meets the glassblower and begs him to fix the bong as quickly as possible. The glassblower explains that repairing it will take almost 2 days. On the other side, Shari is dragged before the village leader. The leader announces that Shari must be tortured and then killed. The villagers begin torturing Shari first by dunking her again and again into ice-cold water. While this happens, Jeff is sitting comfortably in a village bar, drinking with several women, completely clueless about Shari's suffering. Later, the villagers continue the torture by placing heavy stones on top of her. Some of the village children tormented her without mercy. Even a few of the girls who first approached her with friendly smiles would talk to her for a moment and then suddenly turn cruel, striking her with sticks until she cried out. The pain wasn't only in the blows she received, but in the shock of realizing how quickly kindness could turn into violence. At night, Jeff finally finds Shari, sees tied up, and guilt hits him hard. He apologizes and promises that by tomorrow morning, he will return with the fixed bong, and they will escape together. But because he is drunk, he falls asleep right beside her. The next morning, Jeff learns that the villagers are going to announce Shari's death sentence. Shocked, he runs straight to their courtroom. Shari asks for permission to read a statement she had written. Hearing this, the villagers assume that she must be educated, which they see as a sign of witchcraft. Their leader then officially declares Shari a witch and orders that she be burned alive. In the next scene, Jeff returns to the glassblower and finally collects the repaired bong. However, the result is terrible. The glassblower has warped it, and Jeff screams, "Looks like shit! This looks like shit!" Jeff runs back as fast as he can and reaches just in time to stop Shari from being executed. He intervenes saying, "I want to set the witch aflame." The villagers agree. Jeff uses the opportunity to light the bong, and they teleport away. When they try to go back to their own timeline, something goes wrong, and they land in a completely different era again. Shari realizes that the glassblower must have messed up the bong when he blew it, and now the structural integrity of the bong has changed, meaning they can't control where they go, forcing them to bounce around the space-time continuum indefinitely. They realize they are in a prehistoric time, surrounded by cavemen. Jeff tries to smoke again, but the bong is cached, and he didn't bring more. Soon, two tribal people notice them. Jeff and Shari try to fool them by pretending to faint, but the trick fails and they both end up peeing themselves. The tribesmen pick them up and carry them into a cave. Inside the cave, the women of the tribe force themselves on Jeff, while the men do the same to Shari. Jeff finds the situation terrifying. Afterward, Jeff asked Shari to return with him to another timeline, but Shari gently refused. She told him she was finally happy here, that this moment was the best of her life, something she had never felt before and didn't want to lose. Jeff, however, confessed the opposite. His experience had been unsettling, even frightening, and he had no desire to go through anything like it again. After facing this every single day, Jeff becomes tired and desperate. Jeff starts searching for as the bong only works when it has weed in it. After a long search, he finally finds a bunch of cannabis plants, calling them paleo nugs, growing in one corner of the forest. Meanwhile, Shari, sitting with one of the tribesmen, Jeff reaches her and begs her to leave this timeline with him. Shari, however, refuses at first, saying she has actually started feeling comfortable here, even calling it amazing. She also loves that the men love her body hair, and she doesn't have to shave, wax, or pluck. Jeff pleads again. After more convincing, Shari finally agrees to escape. They quickly smoke from the bong and jump into another timeline. This time they arrive in an era of American slavery, where they see a woman brutally torturing an African slave, whom they call Paula D. When the woman sees Jeff and Shari, she immediately calls her husband, who points a gun at Jeff, Shari, and the slaves, planning to kill them all. Jeff quickly smokes from the bong again, and this time, the three African slaves also travel with them through the time portal. They all end up in the year 1963. Jeff and Shari immediately call themselves white saviors, telling the slaves they are now free and it's an awesome time for black people. The three African men, however, tell Jeff and Shari that they want to return to their own time. They explain that they are uneducated, don't know how to read, and would struggle to survive in this modern world. Just then, an army officer walks up to them and offers the three men a chance to join the military. The men happily accept the offer to be free in Vietnam. Later, Jeff and Shari see a group of young boys practicing dance. A man comes there and scolds one boy named Michael for missing his step ball change, calling him La Toya with his little fat head and commanding, "Dance like a man." As soon as Jeff and Shari hear his name and see his face, they realize that the boy is none other than young Michael Jackson. After seeing this, Jeff and Shari immediately assume Michael's father must be abusing him, and they are sent there to save Michael's childhood. They make a sudden decision. They will kidnap Michael Jackson and raise him as their own child. They go to Michael's house and tell his father, Joe Jackson, that they are producers of a television program called The Bee's Knees and offer $60,000 for the children to audition. Joe Jackson immediately calls all the kids outside. Jeff and Shari grab little Michael and take him to a hotel. There they gently explain to Michael that from now on they are his new mother and father, and they will protect him and give him a better life. For a moment, everything seems fine, but soon Jeff and Shari notice something strange. All of Michael Jackson's songs start disappearing from their phones. They quickly understand why. Since they kidnapped him, Michael never grows up to become a singer in the future, meaning his music, like Thriller, disappears. A moral debate ensues: save Michael and the alleged victims of his future abuse, or return him to preserve the music that brought joy to literally billions of people. They decide they are idiots who shouldn't change history. Shari tries to work, selling hairbrushes and making $3 in tips while being groped relentlessly all day. They also complain about eating Jell-O molds and Spam and being uncomfortable in the clothing of the era. Being parents is too exhausting. ancient Greece. They finally agree that they must return Michael to his real family. Before they leave, they advise Michael to remember he's beautiful, but also to buy the Beatles' music publishing rights. The next morning, they take the boy back to his house. But the moment they try to leave, Joe Jackson sees them and begins to chase them, shouting, "Nobody steals my son! I'm gonna get you!" Jeff and Shari panic, smoke from the bong, and escape into another timeline. This time they land in ancient Greece, which Jeff immediately declares the best time period there is in human history, citing the era of symposiums, philosophy, literature, and plumbing, where they learn that a big jam party, or symposium, will happen that night. Shari is excited because she can read the Greek alphabet from her one semester at SDT at Rutgers before she dropped out. She's looking forward to the free wine, beans, chestnuts, and toasted wheat. They dress like the locals in togas and join the celebration, hoping they've earned this time period after the stress of child rearing. During the evening, they drink heavily and start having too much fun. As the orgy-like party continues, they realize they haven't partied together since high school. In their drunken state, they found themselves drawn closer than they ever expected, crossing a line neither of them had planned to. The next morning when they wake up, they are shocked and embarrassed to realize what happened, with Shari exclaiming, "We're cousins, Jeff!" Shari is horrified. Not wanting to stay in this timeline any longer, they quickly use the bong again and jump into another time. They appear in a far future timeline where the world looks completely ruined. They see flying cars in the sky, but mountains of garbage everywhere on the ground. When they climb a huge pile of trash, they realize the horrible truth. Earth has been destroyed by human waste, and it is redonkulously hot. The ozone layer is completely gone, and because of the harsh sunlight, Jeff and Shari's skin starts burning instantly, making them flee for shade. At that moment, a group of teenagers brings them to their leader. The leader explains that this future was destroyed by a biotechnology company called Monsanto. The company gained influence after Citizens United allowed corporations to sponsor elections in 2009. This led to the abolition of the Environmental Protection Agency. Corporations kept merging until only two ruled the world, Monsanto and an adult entertainment company. The earth grew too hot for plants to grow, causing famine, and now people don't even have clean drinking water. Jeff and Shari tell the people around them that they are time travelers. When the leader hears this, he shows them a time-traveling bong that looks almost the same as theirs. The teenagers explain that they developed their own fixed bong to save their world. They explain it's fueled by the ancient herb, which since nothing can grow anymore, they cannot use. Jeff then shows the leader his own, but suddenly guards from the Monsanto company storm in, take the and drag Shari away to an incinerator room at the core of the Monsanto Center. In this timeline, keeping any kind of plant is considered a major crime, and the punishment for it is death. While Jeff is struggling to find a way inside, the local teenagers give him their fixed bong and show him a hidden entry point, the biohazard chute. To convince Jeff to climb through the contaminated biohazard chute, the teenagers lie to him, claiming that STD has been eradicated. Jeff enters the chute, which is filled with biological waste, after agreeing to try and promise to come back for them. Inside, Jeff manages to crawl through the drainage pipe and sneak into the facility. He spots Shari being tortured by two guards who are trying to make her confess to possession of plant life. Thinking fast, he causes a distraction by urinating on the guard's computer. This causes the system to malfunction and triggers a loud alarm. Using the chaos as a distraction, Jeff frees Shari. Shari, realizing they have no way to light the bong, remembers the Britney Spears meltdown in 2007 when the singer shaved her head to avoid a THC test. Shari realizes her own hair must have enough THC, so she pulls out a clump, and together they smoke it using the bong. The moment they return home, both of them feel incredibly relieved. She breaks up with Donnie, telling him that her relationship with Jeff, despite their unusual closeness, was a healthier situation than this. She realizes the present is the best time, and that she needs to be the best woman she can be to honor the women who suffered before her. Jeff realizes he was just blaming his sad life on being born in the wrong decade. They hear a Michael Jackson song, Left Behind, and realize it's about them abandoning their son. Later, Jeff and Shari come up with a plan to bury the time-traveling bong deep underground. They want to make sure that no evil or greedy person ever finds it. They bury the bong and walk away with relief, but as soon as they leave, a dog comes running, digs up the ground, and pulls the bong right out. With this funny twist, the time travel story finally ends. I hope you enjoyed the series. If you liked the video, don't forget to drop a like and a comment. I'll return soon with another amazing story. Until then, bye, take care, and thanks for watching.